What is up, all you cool cats and kittens? Good morning. I am on my way to MEPS. This is my first time going through any kind of military process. I had no idea what to expect. I don't know anybody in my family, at least recent enough, to ask for advice on what to expect. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I thought I'd make this video for any of you who are just as lost as I am, that might have any questions, that I could kind of help you prepare for your MEPS process, just because I'm a person who's very comfortable with the unknown. I'm okay with not knowing what to expect, but I know a lot of people who would rather have that sense of control and to at least have an idea of what they're going into. So this is my video driving to my recruiter's office before we all go to MEPS together. So the way MEPS works where I'm at is you go, well, mine is Monday, Tuesday, so today's Monday. I am going today. They check us into a hotel and everything, and then tomorrow is another processing day, and then I leave. So it's just one night at MEPS, and so super manageable. It'll probably go real fast, but it's gonna feel really excruciating because you can't have anything on you. I don't think you have a book you're allowed to read. I think your person has to be completely empty of everything. No phone, nothing. So when you're sitting there, you go ahead and meditate, you do your prayers, you go and socialize if you're allowed to talk. I don't know, I'll know more tonight. So the way I'm gonna do this video for you guys is this is me chatting to you right now about what I'm about to do, and then tonight in my hotel room I will attach a little clip talking to you about how my first day went and everything, and what I think there is to expect tomorrow. And typically when you stay a night for MEPS, you'll have a roommate also. So if I have a roommate, hopefully she'll be willing to get in the video and talk to you guys about her experience too, because I can guarantee we're not going in for the same thing. If you don't know what MEPS is I don't know what it stands for, but it's the processing basically to get your foot in the door, and after you would typically go to boot camp. I'm taking a little different of a route, so my process is going to take a lot longer. Once I'm done with MEPS, I have a ways to go before I even go to boot camp, but this is usually the step to say, all right, I'm committed. Once we're done here, I'm off. So my understanding is there's going to be a couple physical examinations, no running and stuff like that. It's going to be mostly balance, and they're probably going to look at your eyes. They're going to do a drug test. They're going to do, for women, pregnancy tests, just all the basic physical checkup kind of stuff to make sure that you are adequate to go into the military without any problems. And then if you haven't taken the ASVAB, you will take the ASVAB, or if you have not taken the PICAT, you will take the ASVAB there as well. If you have taken the PICAT, you will be verifying your score with a 30-question test that is exactly from the PICAT itself, just to make sure you didn't cheat while you took it at home because you're spoiled and wanted to do it in your pajamas. And then there's a personality test, I think, and that's all I know to expect. So tonight when I get back to my room, I will give you guys a little update on how everything went, and until then, cut! Day one at MEPS is finished. They give you dinner. Let me see if I can show you this. They have pasta and hamburgers and cheeseburgers. Those are the menu options you get for dinner. I got a veggie pasta. I'm willingly sitting alone because I had a really good day today and I'm just taking it all in. But yeah, so update, when you go to MEPS, they do feed you, and they feed you pretty well. Okay, so MEPS day one. It was pretty cool. I'm just gonna walk through the process. I'm in my hotel room now, and usually at MEPS you would have a roommate, but because of all the COVID stuff, I get a hotel room all to myself, which is so nice. Especially because I'm kind of tired, and I had a little feminine issue come up down south today, so it's like I kind of want to be alone, so this is really nice. When you go to MEPS, they usually, or at least where I'm based out of, you take a shuttle, and you go to your recruiter's office, you shuttle to however many recruiter offices you have to shuttle to on the way to the processing place you're going to. For me, we made like 3 stops, and it turned a 2-hour trip into like 3.5, but it was complaining. And get to MEPS, you go through, well, first we got to the hotel, we kind of like gave them our IDs, our information, we got our rooms, then you go to MEPS. When you're at MEPS, you walk in through security, they scan all your stuff. You still have all your stuff that you would leave at the hotel. You do not leave anything in your hotel room yet. Everything you bring is still on your person. So they scan everything you have in these little security scanners, just like going through airport TSA, and then you go to your exam room. So if you're taking the ASVAB, you go take the ASVAB. If you're verifying your PICAT score, you go verify your PICAT score. If you're taking any other kind of test, well, I don't think there is any other for MEPS. So you go through, you get ready to get called into the room where you do your testing. You do a little bit of a screening thing. You give them like a couple fingerprints. They look at your social security number. So you always bring your driver's license or ID and social security number. And then so you go into your testing room, you take your test. When you're done with the test, if it's your verification test and you pass it, you will go on to a personality test. If you take your ASVAB and you pass it, you go on to your personality test as well. It's like a really annoying kind of Myers-Briggs. I love Myers-Briggs. Like, I love personality stuff, but this is kind of like one of those things where you only get to choose between 2 choices. It doesn't ask you a question. It'll give you like, it was so annoying. So one of the things that it came up with was I had to make a choice between 2 sentences. One was, I'm not a lazy person, but I don't like doing more than I'm asked. And the other one was, I don't work well in groups. So it's like stuff like that that makes you like, oh man, I'm not a bad person. Like, why can't I choose something else? So it's, I don't really know how their algorithm works. It helps them analyze, I'm sure, like your leadership qualities or whatever, and it helps place you. And then after your personality test, you take different test about things that you like or dislike in a job. It'll have a list of bubbles, and some from like, this is not important, this is kind of important, this is neutral, this is super important, this is super not important. You know, it's one of those things. And you select the bubbles for the stuff you value. So one thing would be like, my boss treats me like an equal, and it would be like extremely important. Or it'd be like, my creativity is expressed in my work, and you could be like, it's kind of important. So that also helps place the kind of jobs you would be qualified for. So when you're done with these 3 tests, and if you don't verify your PICAT scores, it puts you into the ASVAB, and you have to retake your whole test because it'll look like you had cheated on your PICAT. So once you're done with all those tests, you go out, you wait for your shuttle back to your hotel, you go back to the hotel, you get briefed on how everything's gonna go tomorrow, and then whenever you want, you can go get dinner. And after dinner, I mean, now I'm just like chilling in my hotel room. I'm gonna go to bed early at like 8 or 8:30 because day 2, you get up at about 4:30 in the morning, and your day starts at 5 a.m. So you go down, you get briefed on what's gonna happen during the day. You get about 30 or 40 minutes to get breakfast along with a couple hundred other people, so hopefully you get the chance to eat. You check in, you give your hotel key back, blase blase, and then day 2 starts. And my understanding of day 2, which I will update when day 2 is done, when I'm driving back home, is it's just all your physical examinations, everything like that, your medical histories, an eye test. They're looking at your mobility. They want to make sure you haven't had any extreme surgeries, just stuff like that. But it takes a really long day because everybody else is doing it too. They maybe have like 2 doctors on site at the time. There's paperwork involved, so it's just a very hurry up and wait situation from my understanding of it. It's fun though. Like, if you can get talking to people or just really enjoy the moment,
you can make the most of it. I've been in pain today. My stomach's been cramping a lot, so I've been kind of keeping to myself. But if I can take that aside, it's been actually a very smooth and respectable process, and everybody's super cool. It seems like everybody's really excited to be here, as they should. This is an awesome step in your process, and I'll just keep editing more updates into this one video so you can see how my MEPS process is going, and maybe it'll help you establish a little idea of how it'll go for you. That's all for now. See you tomorrow.
So day 2 of MEPS. Woke up at 4 a.m. I'm done. This was yesterday, by the way. Now I'm home and I'm just about my life again. But when I got home, I was so tired I was not going to complete this video. So here I am the day after I got home. But day 2 of MEPS, you start the day. Well, you have a wake-up call at 4:30, or at least we did. I got up at 4 because I wanted to, like, I'm still a civilian, so I like to make my coffee, and I had a shower and got myself all comfortable and woke myself up on my own time. And then you go to the lobby, get your forehead checked for your temperature, and with that they give you your meal ticket to go get breakfast. They're checking your temperatures now because of COVID. And so then when you go upstairs to go get breakfast, it was like a buffet of things you could have, you know, eggs, sausages, all that general American breakfast stuff. And after that, you go back into the lobby when everybody's done to get briefed. And you get up at 4:30, you get breakfast at 5:45, you go get briefed, and at least by 6 you're on the shuttle that takes you back to MEPS, or the bus, depending on how many people are there. We don't have a lot of people, which is really nice. Everything went really smoothly and pretty quick and efficiently, because with the COVID stuff you can't have hundreds and thousands of people in the MEPS office. I feel like we maybe had 150 people, if not just 100. So it was a nice small tight-knit group of people, which was also cool because you kind of got to know everybody. I went there, I'm a very social person, but I went there with an attitude that I'm just like, I just want to get this over with. This is just a processing thing. Like, you don't have to make friends. Everybody's going to be tired. They're not going to want to talk to you anyway. Turns out everybody was super cool. Everybody wanted to talk. Everyone's excited to be there. Everyone's sharing stories, telling each other what they want to do, and it's just like a lot of camaraderie and a lot of support and a lot of respect. And so I exchanged some numbers. I want to keep in touch with these people. Like, it was awesome. So then you get there, you go through security to get into the building. It's a federal building, so don't bring weapons to MEPS. You might have your license to carry, you might keep a pocket knife on you at all times, you might strap a katana to your back. Don't bring weapons. Oh, sorry, I have cheap stuff to support my phone. We're gonna try that again. There we go. Don't bring weapons. You can bring food and snacks, you know, which is a good idea. But for the first part of the day, they're gonna be locked up anyway. So, you have like a water fountain, plus you get a urine test, so it's like to be having a bunch of snacks. I don't know if that affects it or not. I'm trying to remember the order of events that happened, but I do think it's a little bit different from everybody because you kind of get separated into groups and everything. So I think first what we did was we went to meet our branch liaison, and we gave them like the information that our recruiter gave us to give them. And then from there we went over to medical. I went over to medical. In medical, you get briefed on how the day is gonna go. You get a blood test. They give you a little prick in your arm, take a blood sample. They take a urine test to see if you do any drugs, see if you're pregnant. They do an eye test. They do an ear test. They do a mobility test. So you get with a doctor, with a small group of people, you go down to your underwear, and then they have you do a bunch of exercises. Very simple. It's not like handstand push-ups and sprints. It's more like walk on your tippy toes and touch your toes and put your arms out and do little thingies, you know? So just to kind of see if you're able to move. The reason you're not fully clothed is they're looking for any scars, any signs that you've had a surgery, anything like that, etc. So you know, make sure everything they see is stuff that you have recorded with your recruiter. Then they have lunch for you. Lunch was catered to us. We got a big box with a sandwich and some apples and a cookie, some chips, and then you could have like a soda or water. So they take care of you with the meals. You definitely get your fill. Just don't be a picky eater, you know. It's like they're trying to get something standard that everybody's probably going to enjoy, and just eat it because you're already tired and you're running off your own energy and everything, you know, so just eat the food. But I mean, it's not bad. It's very generous what they give us, so I'm grateful. But sorry again. There's a lot of hurry up and wait there. That's kind of like what MEPS is going to be. There's going to be a lot of waiting. You're going to not really understand what you're waiting for. But just trust the process, have fun with it. Like, really just talk to people, because people might be nervous, they might be excited, but you're all ultimately there for the same thing. And I didn't swear in. I'm going through a different process. It's going to take me longer. I have a lot of other approvals I have to go through before I swear in. But if you're a typical enlisted person, by the end of this day, when you've done all your examinations and everything, you will choose your job. You'll talk to the liaison about what you qualify for from the tests you took day one, and you'll pick your job, and then you will swear in, and once you swear in and sign whatever you have to sign, you are officially in the military. You know, you haven't gone to boot camp yet, but from that point forward, you gotta be presentable and you gotta be respectable, because this is who you are now, and you will be going to boot camp. I also believe you get or choose your ship date on day 2. Some of my friends on the shuttle home are telling me, they're like, oh, I ship this day now. So they had like an understanding of when they left after the MEPS process. So overall, it was actually very enjoyable. Yes, sometimes you're bored. Yes, sometimes you're hungry. Yes, sometimes you're tired. But everyone's kind. Everyone's supportive. It flows really well. Like, they've been doing this for years, so they know exactly what they're doing. It will go as efficiently as possible. They have down their flow and their cycle to a T, and nothing was running like ahead or behind. It was just on schedule, and it was, yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'd be excited to answer them for you. Please, if you like this video and if you want to see more about my journey into the military, like and subscribe, and tell me what you want me to make videos on. I'm open to anything. I really got to catch up with the video uploads here, so the more ideas the better. But yeah, if you're looking at going into the military, good luck. Go do it. Do your best. And MEPS, it's scary when you're going somewhere alone and you don't know what to expect, but I hope this video kind of cleared up any questions you may have for how it flows. It's a very comfortable time. Like, it's super cool. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time.